I'm very interested in what you're doing now at Nielsen. Can you go into some details?
Sure, be happy to. So I guess I run a group for local and national research insights for our television clients, primarily. And what that means is our work is sort of divided 50-50, I would say, into two different areas. About half of what we do is addressing issues that our clients raise, questions that come to us from our clients. And the questions that come to us are generally the broader questions. So if we get some questions from clients that we think are going to apply to other clients, and our clients are generally television networks, cable and broadcast, if we get some questions that we think are sort of pervasive through the industry or are going to have implications for other networks, other parts of the industry, then my group tackles those. And they could come from local stations or they could come from the networks, cable channels. So half of our work is addressing those kinds of questions. And then half of our work we initiate. So we come up with topics for broader analyses, white papers on things like high definition, DVR use, how does cross-platform kinds of issues, internet video, and how is that affecting television viewing? How do different ethnic groups use the media? Different demographic groups. We've done work on boomers, baby boomers, teenagers, so you name it. We try to figure out what would be of interest and importance to the industry, and we get to do our own analyses using all the resources at Nielsen, all the different data that we have on all the platforms to address those. So it's a fun job.
Joe, what are you working on now?
Well, a couple of things we've done recently that have been put out for public dissemination have been a big analysis of DVR usage, and this was basically a tracking study. This report has been done here a couple of times, and we updated it. So looking at current penetration of DVR use, and then when does playback occur, how much does DVR playback add to a program's ratings, that kind of thing. We did a fun little analysis recently, and this was really initiated by a client question on how the weather, and particularly the big snowstorms that we've had, have affected television viewing, and that made its way out into the press, and that was a really interesting project where we looked at the really big storm that we had in January and compared it to prior storms, because winter storms inevitably raise television viewing levels because people are indoors. Well, we found out that if you have a really huge storm that affects a lot of states and takes place in the middle of the week when school would otherwise be in session, you get an unusually large boost to television viewing. So that was kind of a fun project. And right now we're working on an update on some analyses of high-def television viewing that we've done. It's a real challenge to sort of identify true high-def viewing and how much of that occurs, because just having the equipment isn't enough, and you need to be tuned to the right channel, and even then sometimes so you need the right combination of equipment and channel and so forth to be able to assess where is real HD viewing happening in terms of the viewer experience. Let's see, what else are we working on? Lately we've been working on a lot of analyses having to do with over-the-top video, which is such a big issue right now, and how much of that is occurring, how is that affecting, obviously, the whole cord cutting issue. A lot of our clients have been asking about that. So those areas are a big concern for us right now.